The world of family offices and family wealth is a world that used to be very closed, very private, almost secretive. And that didn't do anybody any real favors, because there's a lot to be learned by comparing notes. I think we can all find better solutions to our own problems.
Family Office Exchange is a resource organization for private family groups around the world who are interested in enhancing their knowledge about the private wealth business and the transfer of wealth from one generation to another.
Everybody that belongs to Fox has an office, which is a business. It is the business of the family.
It was created 20 years ago because private families all over America were having trouble getting a holistic view of wealth management from different financial institutions that were serving them in the marketplace. Oftentimes we will meet with a family group who isn't exactly sure why they're sitting down with us.
We were, a family business that really had financial assets that we really hadn't managed. We were fortunate to know several families that had formed family offices, and every one of them encouraged us to contact the Family Office Exchange.
Fox seeks to assess what the risks of a family are, and particularly what risks does the family office have the means of mitigating.
We provide education to members about the private wealth industry.
They organize that information into almost an encyclopedia so that me as an advisor, I can quickly, understand a subject. For example, today I was just looking at is a library of 150 different topics that people have written over time. You're not going to find that anywhere.
Their research is within the family, so they're looking amongst everybody that is dealing with an issue for the best practices amongst all the people.
Fox has their research, but they also create a space where families share information.
You meet people, some of whom are really on the cutting edge of thinking, and others that play in a much more conservative game, but from both there are things to learn, and by looking at the discussion between the two, sometimes there's a very interesting dialogue.
For me, especially given the fact that I'm a next generation family member as well as a sort of the person in charge of setting up the family office, to really have a network of people that I could contact and sort of rely on.
No two single-family offices are alike, but you can learn quite a bit from each other. And Fox's ability to connect those networks is yet another one of the ways that they've served our family and our community well.
People typically will think of a family office as either handling the investment stuff or handling what we call concierge services for the family. But I think what people are realizing is the family office can play a very key role in terms of the soft issues.
You've got to deal with the family first before you start to deal with the money issues. And if you don't deal with the family issues, then the money issues will be of no value, because it'll probably all be destroyed anyway.
How do we educate the next generation? How do we engage the next generation? How do we let them pursue their own dreams? Fox serves as an invaluable resource in that regard.
Providing the tools for the next generation to at least make responsible decisions for themselves, and to acknowledge kind of the blessing they've been given, and also the responsibility that comes along with that.
The Fox organization isn't just about getting very wealthy families huddling together to preserve their wealth. It's about how the energy that wealth represents can be deployed around the world, how it can be used to broaden the horizons of family members, bring more members of the family into a common platform, unite a family across a generation or between generations, and make the world a better place.